All right, guys. First design assignment that we're working on here. I'm going to be doing it in Illustrator. I think Illustrator is so much easier, so let's just use that. First thing, open up a new file. Right, it gives you these options here. Custom, right? You should be able to get all this in here. A lot of you are going to have a screen that gives you the option to open a new print or screen. Make sure you do screen. That's going to give you this. Should, before you start, always say RGB preview up here. If it says CMYK, you need to make sure that you convert it to CMYK first before you start anything. It's going to eat your color alive if you don't. So File, RGB, or Document Color Mode, and then make sure it's on RGB. That's where we want to be. The next sort of settings thing that you need to get set up is your color. Your color menu, looks like this guy right here. And we're going to go make sure that we're not in RGB on that. We want to be in HSB. And the reason for that is this more or less controls hue, saturation, and value. Those are the three components of colors. So that makes it a lot easier to control your color if you're working in HSB. In fact, I can't even work in the other color sliders anymore after using HSB. So, all right. This design, as the instructions say, it's nothing but rectangles, and you have to make two identical designs using nothing but rectangles. So let's start with that. I'm going to just say, I don't know, actually I'm going to hold my shift key down on my keyboard to make a nice perfect square. I like that. Okay, so up here you notice that my fill is white and my stroke is black. For now that's okay. We want to actually build the design first. So I'm going to go beyond the borders of that rectangle that I built there, and I'm going to start sort of just building up, building up rectangles and maybe line some up. Stick some in there maybe. Let's go with, I'm going to go outside of here. I'm going to take this little guy here and I'm going to copy it, object, right, or edit, I guess, copy, and then paste. So that's Control V. So we've got a few of those. V, sure. Then what I'm going to do from here is maybe get them set up here. Grab those, and then this is sort of some of the stuff you'll get to play around with, but your alignment menu here, this is going to be pretty useful for us. Vertical alignment, so they're all centered. So, if one of them was up here like this, we use this and it puts them all in the same line. And then if I want to distribute them evenly, there we go. So that looks pretty good. I can take that now, stick it on my design there. I want some, let's say, overlapping like that. Okay. I don't know. I don't think the assignment says it has to be totally vertical and horizontal, so let's copy and paste that. Maybe drag it out, give it a little bit of a tilt. Now I actually want to move that back, so object, arrange, send backwards. So I'm going to do that a couple times. And there we are. So now that's our design. At this point, I'm just going to copy the whole thing and paste. And copy and paste is some pretty basic stuff, but it's important. Move that over there. So now I've got my two designs, and we know that we have to have the same hue. So I don't know. Let's go this almost cyan. I'll make my two designs like this. You're going to be needing a lot of variety in there, so we need to get some colors. I'm just going to drag my colors in like this. I'm going to just do some tints to start off with. See, that's too similar, so maybe add a little bit of black to it to give us a tone. We don't want it to be too dark. Here, let's go like that. And maybe I'll go with kind of a darker color right there. That'll be the only dark color I use. Maybe a little bit like that. And, I'm just trying to keep it a little bit interesting. Not going too crazy. Come on. Drag you over there. There we go. And then maybe something super light on this one here. And maybe actually picking up this color here. And then there we go. Okay, so then we would do that with the darker one. This is going to be our high key, and then our low key would be significantly darker, where you're working the B slider a lot more, and the S slider you won't be paling it out too much. And then from there we would grab that background shape, and actually the first thing we want to do is select the design, turn the stroke off. See how that looks? It's pretty sweet. Now I'm going to take this guy in the back, copy and paste that, and stick it on top. And this is for Illustrator only. This is the clipping mask that we make, and I have a demo video about that, so you don't need to worry about me moving too fast here. You just go look at that clipping mask video I have, the cropping, and then there we go. So I think we're coming along pretty well at this point. If we do want to make edits, you can come in and select it and go clipping mask release, make your edit. Maybe this guy moves up a little bit. Okay, and then we can select the whole thing again, make our clipping mask, and then there we go. So I think this is how you approach this design. It's pretty simple and straightforward. You got to start off with the gray boxes like that, so you can, or white boxes or whatever color, as long as you've got the stroke so that you can see how the shapes are going to build up. And then when it's all said and done, you copy and paste it, add your colors, turn the stroke off, and then crop it. And then from there, just export to Photoshop. So lots of stuff going on in this one, but there's lots of tutorials about that, and then you have me to ask questions about too. So let me know if you have any of those.